Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Traversing Dikembe, huh? What a letdown of a year. Bull market, bear market. We're going to be speaking about Chomley buying more Ethereum. Michael Chad Saylor buying more BTC. We're going to be speaking about crowd favorite India supporting the bull market. President Pump, President Winnie the Pooh. Did Tether mint $1 billion more? Yes, they did. We're going to be speaking about CoinTelegraph, even some alien talk, Vitalik. All of that coming your way and more, friends. Firstly, Racist Russell 2000. I know I normally start with the Bitcoin monthly candle, but the Racist Russell 2000 must be accounted for. Here he is in all his racist glory, still hanging above the all-time high. Racist Russell 2000, remember, it is risk on. It's US small cap poop coins. I've written it right here. 2,000 companies, 1,000 don't even make any profit. So if this index is moving up, it's a signal. It's a signal. People got a bit of savings. Someone out there is willing to take risk. It's not an accident. I'm now going to show you, friends, the Bitcoin monthly candle, BTC monthly candle. It is hanging on. It's kind of like red, kind of green. Nothing else really we can do here. Remember, when we had the Trump tariff tantrum, the month of March was poops, and then the beginning of April as well was poops. So we got like 1 or 2 months of hanging out. I'm also going to go through some blockchain backup fractal charts before we crack on with news, just to show you the bear corn, right? And what everybody kind of expects with some big capitulations coming down. If it happens, whatever, we already accepted it. I mean, it's been horrific leading up to this point already. What I'm now going to do is as well, friends, show you the channel of friendship. The channel of friendship continues to be respected. Okay, this is the channel of friendship, but just to let you know, just in case they're right, it is possible where you get a big fat wick and you come back down, just in case, right? Because you just never know what can happen. It's markets, right? Markets do their things, right? Sometimes they take their pants off, and you didn't ask for that either, right? Markets can do some wild things. I've got the army helmet on because we've always been at war. Ah, man, is this war ever going to end, man? I've been about 5 years, dude. It's been literally 5 years, friends. Every single person is sick to hell of this absolute garbage. All we're seeing is satanic, devil-worshipping scum, gaslighting grifters, saying, you should have retired. You should have done a leverage long on Bitcoin at 15,000. And I'm saying, that's funny because I was here, but you weren't. Why are you talking about it? Blah, 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 blah. It's because they've sold and they want everybody else to sell. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin weekly chart. The channel of friendship out here. The big zone is going to be this lower high. What's it going to do? There's Fibonacci retrace. Everything is around there. 95 to 105. You know what, friends? It is possible we don't even go there. We just capitulate down and get everybody out. That could also happen. Yeah, that could literally happen. You know, all those people, friends. Because, look, the thing is, though, it really is 50-50, right? You know, everybody who wants to sell, I'm just taking an unbiased look. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to light the candle for us as well. Everybody who wants to sell, friends, they've already sold a big chunk, okay? They have already sold a big chunk. Because I check out all the YouTube comments. I want to gauge the real, you know, the crypto KOLs, the audience, proof of candle lighting, right? A lot of them sold 70, 80, 90, 100%. Yeah, the average is about 70%. That's big. Huge, right? Huge. You've sold 70%, right? So they've already gotten out a big chunk. And I remember reading a lot of comments down here on a lot of crypto KOLs that were saying, oh, well, since we're in a bear market confirmed, I can just get rid of this here because I know this rally is going to fail like all the others and it'll come back down anyway. Okay, that's just a signal, maybe, that a lot of people have like priced in the bear market. Okay, so they don't even like have any possibility added where maybe, say, the FOMC starts to add more rate cuts in their expectations, which is coming up soon as well. Major loser Powell, who is described dope and incompetent by President Pump as well. Remember, Major loser Powell's only got like 1 or 2 rate cut expectations for next year. The yield curve is like trash. Yeah, so, I mean, you could say, hey, but what if they start hiking rates? Yeah. What if a comet comes and hits Earth? You know what I mean? You got Kevin Hassett, Kevy Boo, coming out saying he wants to cut rates. That's in May as well. But you never know. What if the unemployment data is just a bit weaker than expected? And the market's like, oh, wow, Major loser Powell's going to have to cut like 3 or 4 times into that. You never know. And something like this could happen. Very, very, very realistic. So the channel of friendship is still holding. There could be some wiki G's down through the line as well. This is the ETH-BTC ratio. Week by week, it continues to curl up, which is wonderful to see. Remember, as Ethereum gains strength against Bitcoin, that's what ETH-BTC is, friends, this ratio. This is Ethereum weak. Up is Ethereum strong. And here we have this circle of friendship as well. Hopefully it starts to curl up in the same way it did back then in 2020 cycle-ish. If it continues up here, that's Bitcoin dominance rolling over more. That's Ethereum gaining strength. You know, I don't know why, friends. I gotta look. I know it's funny. I make a lot of UFO videos, and you know, look, I can't even call them conspiracies because, like, you know, it's only conspiracy if it's not true. But I think when we look back, we will see some extremely suspicious stuff with Ethereum. Very suspicious. This makes, fans, I've been in markets a long time. This makes only, fans, this move, I will bet all 3 of my testicles. And I'll even give you a band-aid too. I'll put a band-aid on the line. You know how rare they are. There was big Ethereum manipulation. Something happened here. Makes no sense. Okay. Ethereum's got smart contracts. They got all the stable coins. It's CBDC for the government. They have ultimate power. They invite Vitalik to the World Economic Forum. They literally have ultimate control. Okay. It is the ultimate control center for the government. And you're telling me this piece of shit started going to zero. I refuse to live. No. That makes absolutely no sense, friends. Someone sent it down there. Okay, someone sent it down there, and now they are accumulating an absolute crap load. Okay, there's just way too many things that showed Ethereum is chosen by the governments around the world. They trust it. They like it. Smart contracts. They're comfortable with everything. Okay, way more than Bitcoin. All right, way more than Bitcoin. Yeah, you can't do anything with Bitcoin. You hold it. Okay, now what? Boring. Government can't control you. They can't micromanage your interest rates. They can't check your payments, right? Vitalik's even building identity verification stuff for the government, where you and I can't see who we are on the chain, but we have a signature. And if the government asks you for the signature, they now they get a window and they can see all your transactions. So it's basically, there's no privacy between users, but the government gets like a public viewing key for each address. Who's building that? Vitalik's building that. He's literally building for the government. This makes no sense. What, you sent this thing down 88% against Bitcoin? So that's why I think in the future, it'll become more apparent. But right now, not so much. This is OTHERS-btc. Still curling and curling and curling. The MACD's ready to flip. The MACD did actually momentarily flip green last month, remember? But it's just like hovering so close, so close, so close. Maybe next month, maybe by the end of this month, we'll see. We've got a lot of time to go. We're doing this forever, man. Okay, this is Bitcoin dominance, friends. In 2017, Bitcoin dominance dropped 50%. Okay, in 2021, it dropped 30%. I wonder if next year, what's it gonna do? If it drops 10%, it goes down to 47. All right, that'd be interesting. But 10% will be an absolute abomination. I really hope it just drops 20% down to the 37s. Here's the thing. I'm leaning more towards 20, not just because we're biased, but there's been 4 green yearly candles in a row. 4 Bitcoin dominance up only years in a row, friends. 4, right? That's like equivalent to something going up only for 12 years in the stock market, because he times it by about 3.5. Because one crypto year is about 3.5 boomer years. So, man, you do not want to be on the other side of that. You haven't seen a weak hand until you've seen somebody new in crypto start to watch stuff go against them. Yeah, because they're like, oh, volatility, right? Because they're just joining the momentum train. They don't know they've been given a cheat code where they've been in Bitcoin and everything else that the government really wants has basically been suppressed. This is the Bitcoin 4-hour price action chart, which I'm going to show you now here, friends. We are still hanging around here. Is it doing this little bear flag thing? Everyone thinks it's going to crash down lower. Okay, that's what everyone thinks. That's doing this little bear flag and we're going to crash down lower. Maybe. I don't care at this point. I've sent everything to zero. I've already accepted our fate. All right, it's been 5 years of trash. Maybe we go in the gay bear zone, or maybe we just come back and capitulate lower, scare everybody. We'll see. Okay, we don't know. All I know is that liquidity is still on the rise. Interest rates can only come down. We have all this adoption and stuff in the future. There is an enormous alligator mouth trap and gap for Bitcoin versus global liquidity is the green line here, and Bitcoin's gone down. In the past, Bitcoin has front-runned the global liquidity coming down. Okay, but now everybody has sold because they think it's going to front-run it again. But see, we don't know, friends. Are they all lying? It's Year of the Snake. I don't know, but like every major world government, US Fed, US government, Donald Pump, Treasury Secretary Percent, China, everybody has said, yeah, we're going to have to start injecting liquidity back in because like we've done our tightening cycle. Like everything says liquidity's got to go up. Literally everything. Doesn't mean it has to. Just saying that's what they've all said. Okay. So hopefully it does continue and we'll see how it all plays out. Here we have Ethereum. Ethereum on the 4-hour price action chart candle. Once again, everybody believes that these are big like bear flags and it's going to fail. We'll see if Ethereum can show some friendship and go back to 3.5K. Psychologically for everyone, I already know no one is going to be sweating or excited unless Bitcoin's above 130. That's it. And Ethereum must be printing 5,000, above 5,000. It's got to close like a month above it. And that'll get all the 4-year cycle sellers back in. You know, right now 4-year cycles have already sold. They're expecting much lower. Maybe they get it. Maybe they get it. Once again, I show you this every day. This is 37 months of Black Swan PMI. I don't know why we got this. Maybe Jim Cramer got bullish on our industry secretly. Don't know. Somebody conjured up some voodoo magic against us. 37 months, Black Swan's PMI. This is the US dollar, the DXY. We need this thing to keep coming down over time. Donald Trump wants it to come down because it makes America more competitive. Okay, we'll see. Many people believe this is a bottoming structure. Like Trader Main and Blockchain Backer, they think this is bottoming in the same way it did in 2021. You see that? When they started hiking rates. But we'll see. It's just, you know, US Fed's cutting rates, etc. I know it's relative to the other currencies as well, so it's not so black and white. I'll give you a quick mention as well. So PulseChain prices slightly up 8%. We had a big move yesterday. Yeah, PulseX up 20%. Big move. Everything's still garbage and rubbish. I'll just show you how small the move was. You can't even see it on the chart. If you zoom in, this was it. This was literally it. Whee! Up like 30, 40%. So you might say, a lot of people come and say, oh, why is everybody getting started? It's such a nightmare. What's going on? What's going on? Just shh. I'll just explain to you, okay? Okay. When you buy an altcoin, not financial advice, okay? When you touch, in a very family-friendly way, when you touch an altcoin, you are buying a call option on a future growing network effect. Okay? So, there's no formula. All right? There's no formula. We don't have all these rails and payment systems and mathematical asset liability balance sheet formula like free cash flow equivalent of stock market. So, we have to make up our own ways of sniffing a network effect, okay? This is what actually gives altcoins a big opportunity. So if you're wrong, you're wrong. But if you're right, you can get your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x, okay? So the fact, friends, if you're sitting there sidelined, okay, if you see the tiniest dog shit candle go up 30% and you see I'm making videos, many people are posting about it, engagement goes through the roof. Everyone goes excited. I made like, 15 posts, all these videos, okay? When you see that and you see the whole community doing it, that's, okay, you can do whatever you want, okay? That's my signal where I think, I'm speculating, okay? I'm speculating. I'm saying, well, if this community yells about a dog shit 30% move up from down here, I am guessing when it goes higher, they're going to lose their voice with how loud they scream and how much attention they get. The megaphone is very, very loud. It's a very powerful megaphone. They care a lot, okay? You see what I mean? So that gives me more conviction to stay long. Yes, because that's what crypto is, right? You're recruiting people into your network. You get it? So if the tiniest little move is enough to get people yelling heaps, all right? God knows what happens when it's up here. Because then I'll be, I'll be telling you now. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm just telling you. If PulseChain gets back to sack price, I'm going to be tagging literally every single influencer saying, you cost your audience a free 600%. I made 6,500 plus videos. You cost them 650%. You saw it. You laughed. You cost them. Now, here's the thing. You might laugh and they might laugh and everything out here. But friends, you got to understand, right? The power of FOMO, it's going to break your heart. Because they're going to see just a chart doing this, okay? And it makes them look at it. It makes them look at it, okay? That's what happens. It makes them look at it. Because what ends up happening is I'm going to ask you guys, just send me screenshots of your portfolios. You don't even have to black it out. I don't really care. Just no one even looks at the address. Just send me screenshots of your portfolios. And I'll be like replying to everyone, being like, look, this guy, he DCA bought for 2 years going against your advice. And now he's up 350%. And his 10,000 is now 35,000. And we're going to go flip Solana, or we're going to go flip Cardano or something. That's another 20x higher. Okay, that's the process of it working. But of course, all of that starts, what's the genesis moment? The genesis moment is people need enough money in their savings account, right? And, the PMI is going up, consumer sentiment's going up for people to actually be joining in. But you don't know that yet. That we're not there yet. If you wait for that moment, friends, if you're waiting for that, look at this. Maybe by the time people hear about it, it's all the way up here. You know what I mean? It's a big difference, okay? So that's why I'm just telling you the megaphone's loud, okay? There's big potential. So it's not about oh wow, you got excited over a little move. It's not about that, dude. It's just look, there are many of other random dog shit coins that go up 58%. 2 people talk about them and then disappears, okay? But you still have this community still here. You know what I mean? You're waiting for that match to be lit up. Now what I'm going to do, friends, I'm going to show you blockchain backers Doomcorn chart. So he still believes we're in a massive bear market. He believes if we're lucky, we're going to get a dead cat bounce up here. He thinks everybody's going to be turbo trap. Once again, I'm going to remind you, he doesn't watch anybody else. He watches one random XRP guy who calls for $700 XRP on his Twitter. I did the homework, okay? I got 40 crypto KOLs. I made a thread of 21, and then I named another 10 to 20 of literally everybody bearish. Ivan, Shicho Larson, Incest Answers. I can go on and on. Trader Main, on and on and on and on and on. Everyone, Doomporn, blockchain backer, Doomcorn. Everybody down. Every single person, stack. It's even funny. There's a guy on Twitter. His name is literally Tony the Bull, and he's turbo bearish. Let's crank it a bit, friends. We need some Pumpy G music. Now here's the thing. Just because everyone's bearish doesn't mean we go up. It could just also mean if news comes out to scare us down, you don't go as far as you think. Okay. The problem is you just don't know where the move's going to start from. If the move starts from now, maybe we go to 72, everyone thinks it's over, and then you just V reverse up, okay? Here's another alternative. Maybe you go to 100, and then Year of the Snake comes, and we come back down to 92, and everyone says, oh, yep, we're definitely rejecting here, we're over. But then actually, it just stops, and then it continues up. You see what I mean? You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know this timing stuff, but it's giving you an idea that a lot of people are positioned for down. Do you remember, friends? It's like going to a bookie and betting on the favorite, yeah? You can bet on the favorite tennis player to win the match, but he's playing $1.03. You know what I mean? Just because he's the favorite doesn't mean he's definitely going to win or lose. It just means it's not a good risk reward to keep betting on him. You're only going to get 3 cents for every dollar winning, right? It's the same thing here. With people expecting bear market and saying bear market confirmed. I skipped leg day. I skip leg day every day, right? Those people, they're all stacked on the same side. And then what I do is I try to question myself. I'm like, hey, am I retardio skits or these people are geniuses? But then some people, when you listen to them long enough and they talk and they reveal stuff. Like Ivan, for example, Ivan the technologist was spitting on Raoul Pal, saying, what's your stupid PMI? I've never seen this stupid business cycle. I've never heard of it at all. You're just a bunch of copers. So when I heard that, when he said that, I was like, oh, you haven't been paying attention for like literally 2.5 years at all. I can't believe you never heard of the business cycle and the PMI. So that's why a lot of these people, friends, even like blockchain backer, they think we're just showing these charts as like cope. But it's because they're stuck in their own bubble. They're not watching anybody else. They're like, oh, I've never heard of this stuff before. But that's what happens. It's very, very hard in markets as well, because once you're locked into one position, you like blur everything else out. You know, just like price is what you pay, value is what you get. You know, it's the same thing when we're holding altcoins, for example. So that's what we're trying to navigate here. This is his fractal for XRP. Something interesting you'll notice, friends, with his XRP fractal, he drags it up and he matches the complacency with this move, expecting XRP to come capitulate down, right? But it's funny. He says, oh yeah, the euphoria just never went as high, but then he's got a full complacency move. Yeah, it's squiggly line astrology, bro. Okay, this is the Bitcoin chart. He says, if we're lucky, he thinks you get a huge giant drop that V reverses out. Okay, just like what it did. This was back in 2017. I'll actually show you the completed chart. Whoopsies, this is what it is, okay? See this? A massive, huge drop down that comes back up, and then you continue up. This is actually from 2017. Could happen, man. You don't know, man. Like, you just spend. I've seen literally everything in markets. Like, it just, the liquidity's thin. Someone wants to send it down. Someone brings a big news event. You don't know, okay? But like, that's why it's hard. Like, I'm just being honest. Guys, have you gone and have you watched any other video, dude? You literally have CTO Larson going, "You're in denial. We're in a bear market." Like, you have that over and over and over again. Bro, I wasn't seeing this in 2022, dude. In 2022, the time you guys are talking about, I was here. Do you want to know what we were saying? I'll show you what we were saying. Friends, right here, right here, there were leaked messages of Dan Held. He's a Bitcoin Maxi. Dan Held. Someone leaked a DM from him. They leaked it down here, but the convo actually happened here. And the guy says, Dan, I'm really scared. Arthur Hayes said Bitcoin's going to go to $20,000 in his article. Okay, that's what the guy DM said. And Dan Held replied, he goes, don't worry, I've been here since 2013. Bitcoin can't go below $20,000 or even towards it, because that would mean something is fundamentally and critically wrong with Bitcoin. What do you think happened next? That's exactly what happened next, friends. That was the fee. No. It can't go there. It can't go there. Friends, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. Everyone's saying, we're going to $55,000. And we're like, all right, bro, it's been shit for 5 years. Okay, bring on another 5 years. Accepted it. That's what we're saying. Right here. See this box? The box of dog shit? See this, friends? This is what we're saying. You're saying, no. We're going to go down here. And we're like, whatever, send it down there. Send it down there. Friends, we're even saying, hey, bro, why stop at 55, by the way? We went 30% below that 200-week moving average in 2022. So if we go 30% below, we'll be at 39K. Send it. Send it to zero. I don't give a shit. Okay? That's why everyone's saying no one cares. No one cares. You want to know why? Because it's been strong hands for 5 years. We never got any weak hand retail. Right? You know, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh. Well, we got nothing. We were not given anything. It's just, hey, you've been suffering for 5 years, and now you're going to suffer for another year. We're like, whatever, dude. Totally different. Which kind of tells me, friends, look, it tells me if there's a stab down, it doesn't go the whole way. There's nothing to give back. Okay? You're taking meat off a bone here. And there's no more meat left. You're trying to suck blood out of a bone. You ever heard that, like, that expression? So, yes, you don't know, you know, it could always be something. Something comes out, a leaked video of Donald Trump comes out. Maybe he's on his knees with Bill Clinton, you know what I mean? Kind of like spooks everybody. You know what I mean? So, you just never know when it comes to markets. I'll tell you right now, though, like, because you don't want to jinx it, but friends, you know, friends, every single crypto KOL you've watched, they've sold 70%. Minimum. They're all out. And they're bragging about it. And they go, don't worry, my fellow retail audience who I am saving. We're definitely going down. The rally will definitely fail. Okay. I'm going to keep lighting the candles. We'll see. Now, crowd favorite, Tom Lee has bought 138,000 Ethereum. Remember, he made a big announcement on stage at the Binance conference. So Tom Lee, friends, actually bought $435 million of ETH. Wow, man. Friends, he's got like 3.2%. Friends, you know, I think he has more of the ETH supply now than Michael Saylor of Bitcoin. No one's talking about it because ETH is so hated. No one's talking about it. Wow. Wow. Okay, now, Fed chairman frontrunner and White House advisor Kevin Boo Hassett. So he's the Fed potential frontrunner, right, to replace Major Loser Powell. He says President Trump is going to announce huge positive economic news. I don't know what that means. Huge, that's what she said. Positive economic news. Whatever. I mean, like, just do something to pump the bags, please. Main Street is dying. Crowd favorite country, India, is going to be seeing Coinbase return to it after a 2-year exit. They are reopening signups and crypto trading. So India, of course, friends, India is like a meme in crypto. They literally, every 4 months, they ban crypto, unban it, ban it, unban it, ban it, unban it, ban it. Just back and forth, back and forth. Oh, it is funny. But yeah, also, India's GDP is growing at like, you know, supersonic speed. And yeah, big crypto usage over there. Also, India, friends, want to, everybody there stores value in gold as well. So they're very, very used to storage value, which is good. We'll see what happens in the future. Michael Chad Saylor has bought 10,600 BTC extra for MicroStrategy. He now has 660,000. What I like to do is I go to the bitcointreasuries.net and we just click on MicroStrategy. Just to go see their MNAV. Their MNAV is at 0.879 still. So they're trading at a discount as well. There's also this, allegation that JP Mosquito is trying to like choke out MicroStrategy and doing some backstabbing. Yeah, but they're also all Wall Street, man. They're all in the snake pit. You know, so we'll see. Michael Saylor says he's been meeting with sovereign wealth funds, banks, and fund managers to discuss Bitcoin. You know, you're probably seeing, friends, as we go through this news, okay, obviously people always say, why aren't we up? Why aren't we up? Because, friends, you know, look, this thing is, man, I'll give you an example. If the US Fed printed $100 trillion and put it in my bank account, okay, and I just did nothing with it, the global liquidity goes up, but that's it. Nothing happens to the price chart, okay? Now, what they do is they print the money and it goes to their closest confidant euro dollar holding institutional banks. Their collateral goes up a bit. You still need time for their collateral to go up and them to be able to hand out loans as companies need them more. And then slowly it seeps into the economy. That's the Cantillon effect. Cantillon means the insider scum, they're getting the printed currency first. Okay? Now, obviously, they've been doing that. Guess what? Main Street has still not benefited at all. That's why the PMI is so low. We still haven't got there. That's why some people think maybe it's, you know, it's a tariffs, it's inflation, it's all this other stuff that's happened this year. Whatever, there's 1,000 things. No matter what it is, what you spin, you try to point at one thing, there's probably 5 things, okay? Combination, but Main Street is still struggling, okay? And we're waiting for that moment. Yeah, eventually, that's what we're playing for, right? Eventually, Main Street gets savings in their account. All of us at least can like breathe again. And then it takes some time. They don't come and buy altcoins straight away, right? They basically, because you don't trust it, because you've been destroyed for so long. First, you just pay off your bills. And then you watch your bank account just go up a little bit. Oh, I've got an extra $500. I've got an extra $200. I've got an extra $1,000. That builds and builds and builds. And that's why the PMI, friends, it peaks after it crosses 52, which I'll show you. After the PMI crosses 52, it peaks around 9 to 18 months after it crosses 52 on the acceleration. 9 to 18 months to the top of the crypto cycle. You see? It takes a while. So you get a bit of money, and then the next month, and then the next month, 3 months, and you're like, okay, I'll put a bit. Oh, I'm feeling good again. Things are looking better for the future, right? But you do not go, okay, here's money in your account, everything wins straight away. It doesn't happen like that. That's why, like, it's strange to say, but like, dude, we haven't even started. Like, this cycle could run to 2027. It could. It could. But we'll see. We'll see how aggressive that PMI flicks up. President Trump says Europe is going in the wrong direction following nasty $140 million fine on Twitter. So there's USA, Europe stuff, all these governments and stuff. They can all suck a fat one. President Trump says he believes China will increase trade with the US following a call with President Winnie the Pooh. So, there's AI race war, UFO tech war, crypto war. China, remember they banned Bitcoin in 2021. Now they've secretly started to mine more. They're trying to get on the heel of America. So it feels like next year's just going to be a hot inflationary year. They have to do yield curve control, right? They're going to buy up the long end bonds, let the economy run hot, so manufacturing can boom up. Top US bank CEOs are going to meet with senators to discuss crypto market structure legislation. Legislation and regulation's good, friends, even if it's not the best laws, because it's better than banning. Okay, if a government wants to ban you, they just ban you. Yeah, if they want to accept you, they put some regulation. Okay, but it's all depending on the price action that people see at the time. Tether has minted $1 billion on Tron. Don't know why. Don't know what anyone's doing there. But Tron is used all over Asia, friends. It's super fast way to send US dollars. It's not even that cheap as well. It's just a faster EVM, just more centralized. People use it all over China. Justin Sun, talk about visionary, could see stablecoin supercycle from literally 2018. Pretty big, 7 years ago, right? So everyone's just using it to send money around. Justin's like a Chinese version of Richard Hart as well. He's making always power play moves in the background. Mainstream media, crypto, always shit on Justin. They always say, scammer, grifter. They always say stuff like that. But quietly in the background, he doesn't care. He just keeps cranking on. I'll just show you the Tron chart as well. See, this is the Tron chart. I mean, check it out. While they keep calling him a scammer, he just keeps grinding up the staircase to heaven. Let's actually look at the Tron BTC ratio. Hey, not that bad as well. I know it's still down, right? But hey, just looks like it's ready to have some sort of pop-up. That'd be great. What is it? Down 90%. Down 85% since 2018. Just to show you, man, look, it's all about the business cycle, friends. Tether have minted $1 billion on Tron, and it is still down 84% against BTC from 2018, 8 years ago, pretty much, okay? But hey, it just looks like it's ready at any moment. It could just spike up. So it's all about the business cycle, right? The SEC has ended its 2-year investigations to Ondo Finance. This is really good. Why? Showing the SEC is dropping cases against, from Gary Gensler when he had his clown nose policy. I never really took it seriously because I knew it was all economic factors and business cycle Hong Kong. But a lot of people did say, a lot of people have come out and they said, look, you guys don't understand how bad it was what Gary Gensler was saying about crypto. He really scared every single fund with money to touch or even look at crypto because they did not know if they're breaking a rule just by owning Ethereum, for example, because he never would say if it's a security or not. But now all that's changing next year. Vitalik Buterin proposes on-chain gas futures market for Ethereum to help users hedge against network fee volatility as adoption increases. Pretty cool idea. So basically buy futures on the gas increase and you can basically bet on that. That'd be interesting. People could trade around that. Just helps because of the fee demand and stuff. Yeah. It's kind of like, friends, if you lived in a main city, you can buy a speed lane ticket. Let's say there's a lane just for people who want to pay more of the toll. Let's say it's $5 for the toll, but you can pay $15 and you can literally just skip all the traffic. And instead of taking 45 minutes to get to work, maybe you get there in 18 minutes. It's kind of like a similar concept. The SEC has released its agenda for December 15th roundtable for financial surveillance and privacy, featuring speakers from, now pay attention to this, all of these are Israeli firms. Zcash, Starkware, Aleo, ACLU, and more. It's actually true, friends. They're all sponsored by Israel, Mossad. Not more happy. Also, just to let you know, friends, I won't go too much into it, but you got to know this. Let's just say America's Coconut Intelligence Agency uses Israel's Mossad to do their dirty work because they don't want it to get pinned back on America. Okay? They're all together, friends. It's deep state. Yeah, it's deep state. It's fun. What, you really think you, like, sitting on your squeaky chair with me, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to go alert the American government that there might be Israeli spies who are bribing the politicians. Me on my squeaky chair, I have figured out this $40 trillion economy and a problem with all their politicians. Yes, no one has heard of this issue but me. I must go tell the Coconut Intelligence Agency of this new information I have. Literally the same Coconut Intelligence Agency that can see upside my butthole by spying on my camera. I figured it out. No offense, no. Just let you know, this is how it works, dude. Okay? They get Israel to do the dirty stuff that they can't do to have it trail back to them. You get it now? Get it? It's all about controlling the population, friends. Yeah. This is how it works. You get someone to do the dirty work for you. They don't give a shit. They're getting money. They don't care. They're like, well, everybody hates us anyway. You get to protect us. We get an iron dome. That's just how it works, friends. It's, yeah. Normies can't comprehend it because they watch the TV and they're like, no. That could never happen. No. They won't lie to me. They won't lie to me. Of course not, bro. Of course not. Of course, you can't contemplate being lied to because you're a freaking hotel cuck chair enjoyer. You got no idea what the hell's going on, dude. You're not trying to control a country of 400 million people. You know? It's funny. My friends, it really is true. It's easier to convince people that they're... It's easier just to lie to people and just, fool them than convince them, hey, it's been like, it's been a scam from the day you were born. You know that, right? Welcome to the Matrix. Now, Cointelegraph tries to spark retailer FUD by posting this following information. So Cointelegraph, they've posted President Trump's national security strategy has removed any mention of cryptocurrency or blockchain words on the website, despite his pledge to make US a crypto hub. So Cointelegraph does this as FUD, and I've added here. Note, Cointelegraph constantly bull posts only Bitcoin and Solana. And also they have sponsored posts from, and I'm not making this up, Algorand and other dog shit. So they constantly, I don't know why Cointelegraph, I don't know why they always bull post, and they only bull post Bitcoin and Soy, and they hate Ethereum. They shit post Ethereum. Friends, Ethereum will have like $1 million of net outflow for the day, and they're like, warning, Ethereum spot ETF is dumping. They'll write about that, right? And then Solana will have like $6 of positive inflow, and they're like, buyers are rejuvenated by Solana's spot ETF. $16 of inflow has come in. I don't know why. But if you look at it, you're like, oh, you're like massively consensus retailer. That's the only explanation. Because that's exactly what retailer is. So for example, they will euphorically orgasm over $2 million of Solana spot ETF inflows coming in, but will mention a Bitcoin Maxi who's got a Monobrow and their criticism of Ethereum that nobody cares about, So, yeah, man. I think they're just a massive retail indicator. Also, half their employees watch my channel. I check, sometimes I find a random person following me. I'm like, oh, who's this guy? I'm like, oh, wait, you work for Cointelegraph? Well, that's awkward because that's my friends. A lot of the time, I don't like to see who's watching because I don't want it in my head because I start to get influenced. I'm like, damn, man, like I just imagine just an office full of employees and just me just saying, you're trash, you're a retailer, Kramer said no. I can't let myself know that they're watching. I get influenced about that. Okay, that's why it's very important I keep doing what I'm doing. Cointelegraph sentiment is a great retailer indicator to fade. Yeah, it actually surprised me. Yeah, the people following me, I'm like, man, you can't let your boss you're following me. You're from Glasschode. You know what I mean? Like I shit on you guys every second day. You know your things are worth $3,500 a month. What are you talking about, dude? I get more information just sniffing YouTube comments than you guys have watching these big accounts that are just trying to fake you because they're cross-hedging with CME and you guys are calling it net inflow, net outflow when they're literally just fully hedged and they're just getting the basis point spread. They're just trying to make 13 to 15% per year. How come a retardio like me can figure that out, but you guys can't? You know? Okay, so where to from here, friends? Retraces Russell 2000 holding above this 2021 high is extremely important. This has changed a lot for me. Because, you know, like, you go, oh, Bitcoin price action up and down. We might go down, maybe in the dog shit box. It could happen, but this is a signal, man. Like, they're ready for next year. They're already ready for next year. Now, yeah, this can go down and screw us up, whatever. I mean, look, just the Retraces Russell 2000 has been lagging a long time, but just it's that's not an accident, man. Something's happening. We all know there will be zero celebrations here. Zero. 95 to 105, zero. And I think we even know, friends, as long as Bitcoin is below 115, this whole zone, pretty much no one cares. You know, friends, I'm actually going to do this live with you. I think I'm going to make the gay bear zone all the way to 116,000. I think we're going to have to do that. Just so everyone knows, we're not out of the woods unless we clear above that, you know. Friends, if we clear above 116, what you'll see up here, you know the sweaty, you know the smiley face with the sweat, friends, this. If we clear above here, this is going to be, they're all going to be like, I never said 100% chance bear market confirmed. I only said 99.5432% chance of bear market confirmed. That's the sweaty emoji box. As in like, oh, we're all going to make it together, right? Yeah, that's a long way away. That's a long way away. So until then, we've got the FOMC coming up, cutting rates, and we're probably going to look out for major loser power. I think they do the projections now, I think, where they give you an idea of where they guess rates are going to be in 12 months from now. They give you a like projection line. And I'll just be honest right now, this the funny part is, okay, in the crypto market and even the US market, major loser Powell, he's so hawkish that they've given no chance that it will become a dove. No chance. Like, the market is convinced he will keep rates tight and he will only cut maybe one, maybe two, and nothing else is going to change. They're like totally convinced of that, which I'm actually very surprised, which is good for you and me. Because if he lets his foot off the brake a tiny bit, right, then that means it hasn't even been priced in, which is great for you and me. The worst thing we would want to see is if we looked at the yield curve and the market has priced in Kevin Hassett like cutting 4 times already. That means we're like wrecked. That means like the market's like 100% priced in, all the easing already, and the markets we see right now are very expensive, pretty much, because you're like, oh crap. That means things can only get dog shit from here, right? But it actually hasn't got that. So that's a bit of stuff on the positive side. For now, let's see how we play around in the gay bear zone. Hopefully nobody's recording there, right? Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.